Take a deep breath, relax, and let this tale soothe your soul. The Journey of Sedge and Iris. This story is about a human named Sedge and a wise panda named Iris, who embark on a heartwarming adventure through the forest to find a magical grove with enchanting birdsong. Once upon a time, in a village nestled between a lush forest and a serene lake, lived a kind-hearted human named Sedge and a wise panda called Iris. The village was a peaceful haven, where humans and animals lived in harmony, eating the bounties of nature. One crisp morning, as the first rays of sunlight pierced through the whispering leaves, Sedge and Iris decided to embark on an adventure. They had heard tales of a magical grove hidden deep within the forest, where the birds sang melodies so enchanting that it was said to heal any sorrow. Determined to discover this wonder, they packed a small satchel with fruits and nuts and set off. The forest was alive with the sounds of nature. Iris, with her keen senses, would often pause to listen to the rustling leaves, signaling the presence of birds nearby. Sedge, with his gentle demeanor, would admire the intricate patterns of light and shadow that played on the forest floor. Their journey was filled with laughter and discovery. They came across a family of deer, grazing peacefully in a sun-dappled clearing. The deer and her fawn approached them with cautious curiosity, as Sedge offered them an apple from their satchel. As they ventured deeper, the forest grew denser and the air fragrant with the smell of pine and wildflowers. Eventually, they reached a river with water so clear that they could see the pebbles on the riverbed shimmering like scattered jewels. They filled their canteens and refreshed themselves before continuing. As the sun reached its zenith, they finally found the grove. It was a hidden paradise, with ancient trees standing tall and proud, their branches forming a natural canopy. Birds of every imaginable color and variety perched from the branches, their songs creating a symphony that resonated with the very soul. The atmosphere was spellbinding. It felt as though time itself stood still. In the heart of the grove stood an enormous tree, with a trunk so wide that even Sedge and Iris together could not encircle it with their arms. It was here that they heard the softest, yet most melodious birdsong. A slow bluebird, with feathers as bright as the sky, was perched on a low-hanging branch. Its song was pure magic. As they listened, they felt a deep sense of peace and joy wash over them. The bluebird seemed to understand their presence and in return acknowledged their kindness and respect for nature. Sedge and Iris spent the afternoon in the grove simply enjoying the serene beach and the harmonious concert of the birds. As evening approached, they knew it was time to return to their village. They carried with them not just the memory of the beautiful grove, but also a renewed appreciation for the symphony of life that surrounded them every day. They promised to protect harmonious village and cherish the gifts of nature more than ever. And as they walked back, the setting sun cast a golden glow on their path, as if nature itself was bidding them farewell and thanking them for their journey. Let's drift softly into the next tale. William and Muck, A Tale of Peace. This story is about the beautiful friendship between William, a kind man, and Muck, an adventurous ant, who together spread the message of peace and cooperation. Once upon a time, in a quiet village nestled between rolling hills and a silver river, lived a man named William. William was known for his kindness and gentle spirit. And near the village, under a grand oak tree, lived a colony of ants. In this colony was an adventurous ant named Muck. One sunny afternoon, as the village basked in the golden light, Muck decided to explore a new path. He ventured far beyond the tree, past blooming flowers and fruitful grasses. Fate had it that Muck's path crossed with William's as he knelt by the river, filling his bucket with water. Intrigued by the tiny ant, William watched as Muck struggled to climb a pebble. With a smile, he extended his finger, allowing Muck to crawl on. This small act of kindness marked the beginning of an extraordinary friendship. Days turned into weeks, and William and Muck spent many afternoons by the river. William taught Muck about the vast world above the ground, while Muck shared the secrets of the ant colony below. They discovered the beauty of peace through their friendship, learning that even the smallest creature can teach the greatest lesson. One evening, a terrible storm hit the village. The river swelled, and the usually serene village was in chaos. The ant colony was in danger of being washed away. William determined to save his friend and the colony, devised a plan. He used small stones to build barriers around the anthills. Muck gathered the ants, guiding them to safety under William's protective watch. Together, they braved the storm, sighed them the strength of their bond. When the storm passed, the village and the ant colony rejoiced. William and Muck had not only saved the day, they had also cemented the powerful message that peace and cooperation could overcome any adversity. Their story spread far and wide, inspiring both humans and ants alike to live in harmony. To this day, William and Muck remain a symbol of peace in the village, teaching all that true friendship knows no bounds. Let's continue with another heartwarming adventure. The Playful Adventures of Lobelia and Phlox. This story is about Lobelia and her best friend, Phlox the Hedgehog, and their playful adventures in a magical forest. Once upon a time, in a quaint little village surrounded by lush green meadows, lived a young girl named Lobelia and her best friend, a hedgehog named Phlox. The mornings were filled with the chirping of birds and the scent of blooming flowers, making their village a true paradise on earth. Every day after her chores, Lobelia would rush to the woods nearby, with Phlox scurrying by her side, ready for new adventures. One sunny afternoon, Lobelia and Phlox decided to explore a part of the woods they had never ventured into before. This part of the woods was known for its magical glow that appeared when the sun filtered through the thick canopy of the trees. As they walked, Lobelia marveled at the dappled light and the way the shadows danced on the forest floor. They came across a small creek where the water sparkled as if sprinkled with fairy dust. Lobelia and Phlox splashed round, laughing and enjoying the cool water on their feet and paws. Further along the creek, they discovered a fallen log, which seemed like a perfect spot for a little rest. Lobelia lay down on the log, staring up at the sky through the leaves, while Phlox curled up next to her, his tiny body nestled comfortably against her side. After a short rest, they resumed their journey and stumbled upon a clearing filled with wild flowers of every color imaginable. Lobelia picked a handful of the prettiest flowers and carefully wove them into a crown, placing it gently on Phlox's. Phlox, with his new floral crown, looked quite regal, and they both giggled at the sight. As they roamed further, they found a hidden glade where the ground was covered in thick, soft moss. Lobelia and Phlox rolled and tumbled in the moss, their laughter echoing through the trees. They played hide and seek, with Phlox curling up into a ball to hide and Lobelia pretending not to see him. Hours passed in joyous play, and as the sun began to set, the sky turned a magnificent shade of orange and pink. Realizing it was time to head back home, they reluctantly made their way out of the woods. As they walked back, hand in paw, they recounted their day's adventure and promised to return to the magical woods again soon. Tucked into bed that night, Lobelia hugged Phlox close, grateful for their friendship and the enchanting adventure they had shared. With Phlox nestled beside her, she drifted off to sleep with a smile on her face, dreaming of more playful days to come. Our next tale awaits, calm and heartwarming. For Frisia and the Air Elemental's guidance. This story is about a young girl named Frisia and her journey with Buttercup, an air elemental, who guides her to her heart's true desire, teaching her the values of kindness, patience and courage along the way. In the quiet village of Mistwood lived a curious young girl named Frisia. For she had always been enchanted by the tales of mystical creatures that her grandmother would narrate by the warm hearth. One clear night, when the stars gleamed like scattered diamonds, Frisia slipped out of her cozy home and ventured into the vast meadows that surrounded her village. There, she met Buttercup, an air elemental with the translucence of morning dew and the grace of a drifting feather. Buttercup floated gently round Frisia, her presence like an autumn breeze whispering secrets of the world. Frisia felt an instant connection with Buttercup and sensed that this ethereal being had a purpose for her. "Why you come to me?" asked Frisia with wide, inquisitive eyes. "To guide you to your heart's desire," Buttercup responded, her voice as soft as the wind rustling through the leaves. Buttercup's wings shimmered with a faint glow, illuminating the path ahead. Together, they embarked on a journey through enchanted forests and serene lakes, each step revealing the world's hidden wonders to Frisia. Buttercup's wisdom was profound, yet gently delivered, teaching Frisia the importance of kindness, patience, and courage. As they journeyed, Buttercup showed Frisia how to listen to the wind to find her way when she felt lost. She taught her to observe the flight of birds to predict weather, and to appreciate the delicate balance of nature. Frisia discovered that her heart's true desire was to understand and protect the beauty around her. A connection between Frisia and Buttercup grew stronger with each lesson. One day, Buttercup led Frisia to a high hill overlooking Mistwood, where the horizon seemed endless. "You are ready, have you?" said Buttercup, her eyes twinkling like stars. Frisia felt a surge of confidence and gratitude. She knew that she was capable of guiding others, just as Buttercup had guided her. With a heartfelt farewell, Buttercup dissolved into a gentle breeze, but Frisia knew she would always hear her whispers in the wind. Returning to her village, Frisia shared her newfound wisdom with her community, helping them to see the world with wonder and respect. Frisia never forgot Buttercup or the journey they had shared. Under the starlit sky, she would often feel Buttercup's presence and recall the lessons of love, care, and the beauty of life's journey. Thank you for listening. May your night be restful.